Summer 2025 marks the dawn of a new era at Manchester United under Ruben Amorim. Proactivity has become the keyword, and United's opening move was loud and clear. The £62.5 million signing of Matheus Cunha from Wolves. It was a strong statement of intent to address the striker position early, but it also exposed a half-failure, Liam Delap's surprise decision to join Chelsea instead, lured by Champions League football and a reunion with Enzo Maresca. Manchester United also pulled out of the Victor Osimhen race, with his €110 million release clause deemed excessive, especially without European football on offer. Hugo Ekitike of Frankfurt has emerged as a more realistic target, offering dribbling, pace on the break, and front-line link-up, traits Amorim values highly. But with Frankfurt demanding no less than €100 million, United remain hesitant. Then there's Victor Gyökeres, another complex option. While the striker wants out of Sporting, United are wary of legal wrangles or being dragged into a bidding war, especially with Juventus now involved. That's why Bryan Mbeumo has become the top priority target. Valued at around €50 million plus add-ons, he represents a more balanced and financially sound investment. It's a sign that United, while aggressive, are now far more measured, perhaps learning from past missteps. While attacking reinforcements are being prioritized, the midfield and wing-back areas raise serious concerns. Casemiro has declined. Eriksen is gone. Kobe Mainoo is still young and vulnerable under intense pressing. Bruno Fernandes continues to carry too much responsibility, and Amorim wants to drop him deeper into a quarterback role. In Amorim's 3-4-3, the two central midfielders need to both dictate play and provide cover, something United currently lack. Ederson from Atalanta was once considered, but his price tag proved too high. João Palhinha is a newer target. Amorim wants to bring him in on loan from Bayern, but the German side has yet to agree, while Fulham are eager to re-sign him. That might just be the most feasible short-term solution. On the flanks, Diogo Leão will officially join on July 1st, but immediate impact is unlikely. Dalot, Mazraoui, and Patrick Dorgu all fall short of the ideal wing-back profile. The 2-2 draw with Everton exposed the issue. When the wing-backs push high, the back three is left vulnerable, and Bruno has to drop far too deep to patch the gaps. Perhaps that's why Amorim is leaning toward a more aggressive, score more than you concede philosophy, high-pressing Bruno as a deep-lying orchestrator. But that's only a temporary workaround, not a sustainable path to trophies. Before their US preseason tour, United need to lock in at least one top-tier central midfielder and one elite wingback. Amorim can't afford to keep plugging leaks. He needs a solid ship to steer. In goal, Andre Onana has become a major concern. His erratic form and frequent mistakes contributed to United's 15th place finish and Europa League final loss. Amorim and sporting director Jason Wilcox are pushing for change, but club leadership still clings to Onana for his commercial appeal and global profile. Meanwhile, Emiliano Martinez is ready to join United. Aston Villa are open to selling him to balance their books, and at £40 million he's a bargain. Experienced, commanding, and a penalty-saving specialist. But once again, United are hesitating, concerned about finances and Martinez's 3-match suspension at the start of the season. Marco Carnesecchi from Atalanta is a younger, more affordable alternative, but so far he's only been mentioned in rumors. No clear move has been made. Onana's shadow still looms, and if his form doesn't improve, it won't just be his future under threat. The entire Ratcliffe Amorim project could be called into question. Then there's the wage bill, bloated with underperforming or unwanted players. Marcus Rashford wants to leave, but his near £300,000 per week wages complicate every negotiation. Barcelona are interested, but can only afford a loan, and United would still have to pay part of his salary. Jadon Sancho, rejected by Chelsea, returns to Old Trafford as a forgotten man. Amorim has no plans for him. Juventus remain lukewarm. Another loan and subsidized scenario seems inevitable. Antony has yet to prove his worth. Garnacho wants guaranteed starts, something Amorim may not be able to offer. poor decision-making and weak negotiating have turned the squad overhaul into a trap, limiting United's ability to reinvest. Every week, the club continues to pay millions in wages to players who no longer want to be here, or no longer fit the plan. Contrast that with rivals like Liverpool and Chelsea, who know how to move talent smartly, selling academy products, exploring new markets, and creating space for marquee signings. Manchester City, meanwhile, operate on another level entirely, with their vast revenues and multi-club network allowing them to spend freely without triggering UEFA alarms. While rivals are making moves, selling smart, and buying sharper, Manchester United seems stuck in financial quicksand. No big sales, no substantial loans, and Sir Jim Ratcliffe has been forced to tighten the belt. Staff cuts, axing symbolic ambassador roles like Sir Alex Ferguson's, all in the name of reducing operational costs. This summer, United can't just focus on who to buy. They need the courage and clarity to clean house and build something new from the ground up. There was a time when United fans believed that Sir Jim's arrival would end the Glazer-era chaos. The careless spending, the endless debt, the empty promises. But if you look at the 2025 summer budget, that dream still feels painfully out of reach. United kicked things off with a £62.5 million deal for Matheus Cunha. But when Brentford quoted £60 million for Bryan Mbeumo, everything ground to a halt. The total transfer budget? Roughly £100 million. So just 2 signings could wipe out the entire war chest, and that's the problem. For all his billionaire status, Sir Jim doesn't have full control of the club's finances. He oversees football operations, from hiring managers to green-lighting transfers, but the big money decisions still go through the Glazers. They still hold the majority share. They still approve or reject long-term investments. And worst of all, they still treat Manchester United not as a footballing project, but as a cash cow. To make matters worse, United continue to struggle where others excel, turning surplus players into profit. Chelsea sell smart. Liverpool move fast. City operate like a financial superpower with a multi-club safety net. United, meanwhile, are stuck with high earners no one wants to buy. And here's the uncomfortable truth. There is no clause forcing the Glazers to sell the rest of their shares. Legally, this split power model between Sir Jim and the Glazers could drag on for years. A dysfunctional tug-of-war not unlike what Arsenal endured with Kroenke and Usmanov. If that scenario repeats itself, any effort to rebuild United could collapse under conflicting strategies. One side looking to invest, the other focused only on squeezing profits. Yes, many still believe Sir Jim can lead United out of this mess, turn them into a smart, efficient footballing force, free from debt and PSR constraints. But belief isn't enough. Not when the Glazer shadow still looms large. Not when key decisions require a unified vision, and there isn't one. United now have Amorim. They have Cunha. They even have a squad foundation that could be elevated with the right signings. But time is running out. The new season is just weeks away. If they fail to complete key transfers in June, they risk falling into a familiar trap, overspending on panic buys in August, then stumbling through another wasted season. This isn't just a transfer window, it's a test of pride, the first real test of a new era, the Sir Jim Ratcliffe era, the Ruben Amorim era. Either they take control now, or watch another year fade away in disappointment and déjà vu.